school with all this snow. What are we going to do with all the snow? I know. We'll do a flip lesson. But, oh wait, look here. Here's our card, ready to go for our first flip lesson. How about that? I can't understand. Whoa! Why didn't y'all tell me there was a train coming? CIF. Can you see that? CIF, Common Instructional Framework. Kind of hard to see? Okay, I got a better idea. How about this? Bam! I've got my own whiteboard. Check it out! And it's much easier to read. Okay, all right. Let's have a seat here because this might take just a minute or two to help you guys understand the CIF, the Common Instructional Framework. Very simply, the CIF is a toolbox full of tools which teachers can use to make sure that each individual student is successful, college and career ready. So let's start off with the tools. Number one in our toolbox of 6 tools in the CIF is a student favorite, classroom talk. Now, this is not simply everybody talking and chatting with each other. It's talking with a purpose. It may be in pairs, groups, or individually, where I help you reach higher levels of thinking and conversation, and you become more confident in your classroom voice. Next up, collaborative group work. Now, we've all worked in groups and teams. This is where students work in small groups, and every student has a role, and every member of that group holds each student accountable for holding up their share of the work and producing a product which they then share out with the other groups. Writing to learn. Well, writing to learn is where students practice writing most every day. They can develop their ideas and creativity in writing. And this can be low-stakes writing from just a creative free write of a story where they're not graded on grammar or spelling, to higher stakes writing in video class, for example, are scripts where word for word has to be very precise and correct because it's going on television. Questioning is next, and this helps students build higher levels of reasoning, higher levels of thought in the types of questions they're asked, from very low-level questioning, simply repeating a vocabulary word they've learned, such as what are the parts of the camera, to thinking on higher levels of questioning, deeper thought to kind of dig into the thought process behind a creative work and in creating a creative work. For example, what if, or why do you think? What was the author or director trying to get you to think about when creating this action or theme? So various levels of questioning. Next up, scaffolding. And you may have seen a metal scaffold during a building construction, and with students, it's very similar, connecting prior learning to help build up their level of knowledge. In video class, for example, students work step by step, building on prior knowledge of how to work a camera and how to edit, with the ultimate goal of construction being a professional level broadcast television show. So that's our scaffolding, building up to the TV show. And number 6 in our Common Instructional Framework, literacy groups. Reading is still very fundamental and critical in education. And literacy groups provide students small groups, again, where students have specific roles and peers to help them share and understand everything from perhaps an online article to a more complex text, such as a short story or novel. So those are the 6 parts of our common instructional framework. Got to get back on the slopes.